Quilt Monkey is brought to you by Aurifil Italian thread, perfectly suited for all your quilting projects, and Lessien.
Hi and welcome to Quilt Monkey. Look, I'm out of the studio. I've been set free and I've come to my local quilt shop, Simply Solids, because I've got a project and I need some help choosing some fabric. So come inside, out of the cold, and let's meet Justine. So I'm here with Justine, who owns Simply Solids and also happens to be my best friend. Mm-hmm. I come here to this shop quite a lot, partly because it's my best friend's shop and so it's nice to just come and hang out, but also partly because I work here on a Friday and because I just like coming here and hanging out with fabric. The beauty of it is that you're surrounded by new fabrics coming in, so it's always a little bit exciting. There's always a box of fabric to unpack and stroke. And it's nice to be able to see fabric in the flesh. It's also local, so it's close by. And I think one thing that I think, as well as I'm sure Justine will agree with me, is if you have a local shop, it's very important to use your local shop. You know, use it or lose it. That's true.
Definitely.
And I'd like to just talk about some of the benefits of coming to your local shop. What do you think are the benefits for your local community and why should they come here rather than just sitting at home and ordering online?
We found that since we opened the shop from being an online business, that the local community and the local quilters particularly like having somewhere to go where they can get advice, see the fabric in the flesh, you know, bring their samples in, bring their quilts in. And we're really starting to get a lovely community thing going on around here. You know, every day we get people bringing in their projects that they've done to show off what they've made. And I think if you're sewing at home, in isolation, online shopping on your own, yes, your work's beautiful and you love it, but to actually have other people get excited about what's happening.
It's quite a lonely hobby, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can become kind of trapped in your own little world and speak to people on the internet, but not actually get that one-to-one kind of.
It's just human touch, isn't it? It's just the human touch, and I think a lot of people really like that. And we just, you know, once people come to this shop, they keep coming back. We get a lot of repeat business. You know, and our regular customers are just as excited about, you know, fabric deliveries. Some of them even know when they arrive so that they can time their visits accordingly. And, you know, it's just the whole being with people who are like you, who like that hobby, who are excited about fabric and sewing. I think it just opens up a whole new world to a lot of people. It brings them out of that isolation of just doing it at home as a hobby.
Yeah. And when you are in the shop, like I've got some fabric that we're going to have a look at in a little bit, try and match up some other fabrics. When you're in the shop, what do you think the benefits are of being able to see fabric and touch fabric rather than scroll through on a screen?
I think you just get a better idea of how a fabric handles and of how a fabric is going to work with whatever project you're working on. So a lot of customers will come in very set what they want to go with their project, but actually once they've had a good look round, you can see their ideas are changing, or they're starting to think about that other project that they've got at home because they've spotted something that'll you know, do for that. And it's about trying lots of different things. You really sometimes can't tell from a little, you know, photo on a screen that's possibly not represented accurately because
everybody's screens are different.
So, you know, they come here and they just pile bolts up on our big table here and they can lay out their work and just get a really good idea of what's going to work.
Yeah. And I suppose as well, when you are in the shop and you're seeing everything that's around you, you're going to pick up the fabric that you need, but you're also going to think, well, I need to get some wadding at the same time. I need to get some backing fabric. I need some thread.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
What on earth is that?
Yeah.
And you kind of expand on your ideas even more.
Yeah, and I think people learn a lot when they come into a shop, because if you see something online and you don't really know what it is, you kind of just bypass it, don't you? Whereas they come in here, and particularly with thread and notions, they'll pick it up and be like, oh, what's this? So then they get a demonstration of it, and they get explain the benefits of how that's going to work in their particular project, or even how it's not going to work.
Yeah,
because you
know,
know,
sometimes it's
sometimes they're looking at something that's completely the wrong thing, and we can guide them to the right thing. So you know, the knowledge that people get, and just the excitement, really. You know, it's just the whole thing into finding out something new. And I think anybody who does craft loves a tool, don't they?
Yeah, everybody loves a tool.
Whatever tool it is, whatever new bit of packaging they see, they're like, what's that?
And sometimes you can buy something, you can buy a tool thinking that it's going to be absolutely brilliant, get it home, try it, you know, have it sent to you, try it, and think,
that's not what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. Whereas that expert advice that you get from the shop, which you're not going to get unless you speak to someone face to face. And they go, well, no, you don't really want that one. Why don't you try this instead?
Yeah, because we demo the rulers. You know, we show people how to use things, how to use it in whatever project they're doing. You know, how to use the things that they've already got as well. You know, we do a social sewing every week, so it's not a taught class, but Lisa and I are here every Thursday night. People bring their own projects. If they're stuck, if they've got a tool that they've got no idea what they're doing with it, we'll just show them.
Yeah. And you started off as an online business. Yeah. Selling just solid fabric, which obviously has expanded somewhat since then.
Just a little.
What's the difference between the online shopping and your customers that come in? Are there differences? Are people different?
Yeah, really different. Our online shoppers tend to be quilters, I would imagine. They tend to come to us specifically for solids because they know that we've got a really good collection, and they know what they want and they know how they're going to use it. And they are what we would deem modern quilters. Whereas the bricks and mortar, we get a full range. We teach complete beginners, we teach children, we get people who just come because they're interested, and they don't have as much knowledge, I reckon, is the key thing. Yeah. They don't have as much knowledge about the industry. I think when you're online, you can become sucked into the little bubble of modern quilting, and you kind of think that everybody knows about that, and that everybody knows about the new collections that are coming out and who the great designers are. And actually it was really eye-opening when we opened this shop that there's a whole world out there that doesn't live in that bubble.
Yeah, that has no idea who the latest, greatest designer is. Yeah. And doesn't necessarily
And they don't really care. They come in, they don't, they're drawn to a particular fabric and they're not buying it because it's by whoever.
Yeah, they're buying it because they like the print, they're buying it because they like the colour. Yeah. And I think that I've noticed that from being in the shop. It's really nice when someone comes in, gets excited about a fabric for completely different reasons that I get excited about a fabric. Because obviously in where we are, this is our only local shop. We're not blessed with a lot of shops. And the local people are completely different. It's great. So I've got this stack of Lessian fabrics. Okay. And it's quite busy. I want to calm it down a little bit with some blenders and some solids. So can we pick out some fabrics?
Yeah,
and you can give me a hand?
Sure.
Great. So we've got some fabrics that we've pulled off the shelves. It was kind of hard to whittle it down. But I think there's something that you need to consider when you're planning on picking fabrics to go with your main prints, and that's what pattern are you going to be doing. So what quilt pattern, what are you going to be doing, something that's just a block, or are you going to be doing something that's just one simple shape repeated? And how kind of crazy or safe do you want to play it? So both Justine and me like to have things kind of crazy.
Eclectic's a better word.
Eclectic. Yeah, that's a good word. So rather than having one single background fabric, what we like is to have a mix of different background fabrics. So right, with these low volume fabrics here, or tone on tones, you get this kind of effect. So you've got your print fabrics, but your background, rather than being a solid white or a solid grey or one single colour, you've got all of these different ones, haven't you?
Yeah.
Which still gives the eye somewhere to rest, which is the whole kind of point of a background fabric.
Just gives a little bit more texture as well.
Yeah.
Just makes it look a little bit more modern.
Yeah. Yeah. And just adds a little bit of...
And just gets to use more fabric.
Yeah, lots more fabric. So we did whittle it down though. We did only
quite
pick,
well.
5 of them, which I think is pretty impressive. And we have got a dot, which kind of ties in both the main prints and the backgrounds. But another thing, if you don't want it to all be low volume, maybe you have small children, you don't want anything that's too pale, or you have a dog, or you've got both like you.
Yeah, or maybe you just want to unleash your inner crazy.
Yeah, like us. And then we've got these bright...
I really like that.
I really like that. And we've kind of picked out a bit of everything and gone a little bit wild there. But again, kept it simple in that we've only got 4 background colours. So rather than saying, well, let's have all of the colours, because let's face it, we could have picked a lot more than just 4. We've narrowed it down to 4 quite strong, quite striking background colours. And again, no white.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because I think with a colour scheme like that, that's totally in your face and it's, really bright, my initial thought would be to go with low volume.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were at home shopping online, you'd buy your low volume to go with that,
Totally,
wouldn't you?
totally.
So we've come into the shop, we've pulled something that may be a little bit different to what we were thinking, and actually I am loving that far more than I love this.
I am as well. And I think that's the importance of coming into your local shop, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be able to go, well, this is exactly what I wanted, and it is. I would always kind of get drawn towards the low volume background. But now that I'm here...
And you can see how gorgeous that looks.
That gets me all excited. And I think no matter what we do, even if we were to do something that's like these triangles, and it's just the same shape repeated, you're going to have a really nice balance of all of the prints, but with just the solids
dotted about
to give yourself somewhere to to rest, as it were. Or if we choose something that's block based, again, those as your background are going to look awesome. I think that's it. I think we've decided, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right, let's get cutting. So I'm going to go and get busy with my fabrics. So thank you, Justine, for having us.
You're welcome.
For helping me pick out some fabrics. Or maybe I'll just get back to work now. We got orders to cut.
Yes.
Next time on Quilt Monkey, you've got Nick. So I will see you the time after on Quilt Monkey.